Iran is known through images of ancient cities, magnificent mosques, bustling bazaars, and dramatic headlines. Yet beyond its famous landmarks lies another Iran, one rarely seen by outsiders. Hidden among towering mountain ranges, fertile valleys, dense forests, and vast deserts are thousands of villages where life moves at a quieter pace. Here, traditions shaped over centuries continue to guide everyday life, preserving customs, architecture, and ways of living that have survived generations of change. This is the unseen Iran, where history is not locked inside museums, but lives in the daily routines of ordinary people. Iran occupies one of the most geographically diverse regions of the Middle East. Stretching across more than 1.6 million square kilometers, the country contains snow-covered peaks, high plateaus, fertile plains, subtropical forests, salt deserts, and long coastlines along both the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, as well as the Caspian Sea to the north. These contrasting environments have influenced where people settled, how they built their homes, what they cultivated, and how local cultures evolved. For thousands of years, geography has shaped village life just as much as history itself. Many of Iran's oldest villages date back hundreds, and in some cases, thousands of years. Built using local stone, adobe, timber, and clay, these settlements reflect an extraordinary understanding of their natural surroundings. In mountainous regions, homes climb steep hillsides in terraces, allowing each roof to serve as the courtyard or pathway for the house above. In desert communities, thick mud brick walls and narrow shaded streets help keep homes cool during intense summer heat, while protecting residents from sand-laden winds. Every village tells a story of adaptation, resilience, and practical engineering developed long before modern construction methods. Among Iran's most remarkable mountain villages are those built on steep slopes where every available piece of land has been carefully used. Narrow stairways replace roads, and vehicles often give way to footpaths that wind between homes. During winter, heavy snowfall isolates some villages for days, making cooperation among neighbors essential. Families have long depended on one another for food storage, repairs, and shared labor, creating strong social bonds that remain an important part of village identity today. In other regions, villages emerge from fertile valleys where rivers and springs provide life to orchards and farmland. Here, agriculture has supported local communities for centuries. Wheat, barley, rice, grapes, apples, walnuts, almonds, saffron, pistachios, dates, and pomegranates are cultivated depending on climate and elevation. Each season brings new responsibilities, from preparing fields in spring, harvesting crops in autumn. Farming is not merely an occupation, but a rhythm that shapes the calendar of village life. Water has always been one of Iran's most valuable resources. Long before modern technology, Persian engineers developed ingenious systems to transport groundwater across dry landscapes. The Qanat, an underground tunnel system first developed more than 2,000 years ago, remains one of the greatest engineering achievements of the ancient world. These gently sloping channels carried water from mountain aquifers to distant farms and villages using gravity alone. Many historic qanats continue to function today, demonstrating the remarkable sustainability of traditional Persian engineering. Changing seasons transform village life throughout the year. Spring arrives with melting snow feeding rivers and streams, while hillsides burst into green as wildflowers bloom across mountain slopes. Shepherds lead sheep and goats toward fresh grazing lands, and farmers begin planting new crops. Summer brings long days of cultivation, irrigation, and harvest preparation beneath clear blue skies. In autumn, orchards fill with ripe fruit, vineyards prepare for harvest, and forests glow with brilliant shades of red and gold. Winter covers mountain villages with snow, creating scenes of remarkable beauty, while reminding residents of the challenges that rural life can still bring. Daily life in these villages begins long before sunrise. The first light of dawn finds farmers preparing their fields and shepherds gathering livestock before leading them toward open pastures. Bakers heat traditional ovens to prepare fresh bread that will be shared throughout the day. Women and men work together in homes, gardens, workshops, and farms, each contributing to the household according to local traditions and modern needs. Children walk to village schools while elders gather to exchange news, discuss community matters, and preserve stories passed down through generations. Hospitality remains one of the defining characteristics of rural Iranian culture. Guests are welcomed with genuine warmth, often invited inside without hesitation to share tea, homemade bread, local cheese, yogurt, herbs, fresh fruit, or traditional meals prepared from seasonal ingredients. These gestures reflect cultural values deeply rooted in Persian society, where generosity toward visitors has long been considered a source of honor and respect. Conversations frequently continue for hours, strengthening friendships and preserving connections between families and neighboring communities. Family forms the foundation of village life. Unlike many modern urban societies, extended families often live close together, allowing grandparents, parents, and children to support one another every day. Elders remain respected for their wisdom and experience, teaching practical skills, family history, local customs, and traditional values. Children grow up surrounded by multiple generations, learning not only through formal education, but also through observation, participation, and storytelling. Oral traditions continue to preserve local legends, historical memories, and cultural identity in ways that written records alone cannot achieve. Iran's villages are also home to extraordinary cultural diversity. While Persian culture forms the country's historical core, numerous ethnic communities contribute to its rich cultural landscape. Azeris, Kurds, Lurs, Baluch, Turkmen, Arabs, Gilaks, Mazandaranis, Kashkai, Bakhtiari, and many others maintain distinctive languages, clothing, music, cuisine, architecture, and customs. Traveling across rural Iran often means encountering entirely different cultural traditions within relatively short distances. Each community reflects centuries of adaptation to local geography while contributing to the broader heritage of the nation. Traditional clothing remains an important expression of identity in many rural regions. Although modern fashion has become increasingly common, especially among younger generations, colorful handmade garments are still worn during celebrations, weddings, seasonal festivals, and cultural events. Intricate embroidery, woven fabrics, silver jewelry, and regional designs vary from one province to another, representing local craftsmanship and family heritage that has been preserved across generations. Music also plays a central role in village culture. Folk songs accompany celebrations, harvests, weddings, and religious occasions, often performed using traditional instruments whose melodies have echoed across Iranian landscapes for centuries. Each region has developed its own musical traditions, reflecting local languages, historical influences, and community identity. These performances are not merely entertainment, but living expressions of history and collective memory. Craftsmanship has flourished in Iran's villages for thousands of years. Skilled artisans continue to weave world-famous Persian carpets using techniques refined through generations of experience. Every carpet can require months or even years to complete, with patterns inspired by local landscapes, historical motifs, and cultural symbolism. Beyond carpet weaving, villagers produce kilims, pottery, ceramics, copperwork, wood carving, textiles, felt products, baskets, and embroidery. Many of these crafts remain important sources of household income while preserving artistic traditions recognized around the world. Village markets provide opportunities for local producers to exchange goods and strengthen social connections. Farmers sell fresh vegetables, herbs, dairy products, honey, dried fruits, nuts, and handmade crafts. These markets often serve not only economic purposes, but also social ones, bringing together neighboring communities to share news, celebrate seasonal harvests, and maintain relationships that have existed for generations. Religion continues to shape many aspects of village life. Most rural communities observe daily prayers and religious holidays that strengthen family and community bonds. Mosques often serve not only as places of worship, but also as gathering places where neighbors discuss local concerns, celebrate important milestones, and organize charitable activities. Religious festivals bring villages together through shared meals, acts of generosity, and traditions that have been maintained for centuries. Education has gradually transformed many remote communities. Schools now reach villages that once had limited access to formal learning, allowing younger generations to pursue higher education while remaining connected to their cultural roots. Improved healthcare, electricity, telecommunications, and transportation have also enhanced living conditions across much of rural Iran. Mobile phones and internet access increasingly connect even remote settlements with the outside world, creating new opportunities while introducing new challenges. Modernization has brought significant changes to village life. Many young adults leave for larger cities seeking employment, universities, and broader economic opportunities. As urban populations grow, some villages face declining populations and aging communities. Traditional occupations such as farming and herding have become less attractive to younger generations compared with careers in industry and technology. Yet despite these changes, countless families continue to return during holidays, preserving strong emotional ties to their ancestral villages. Environmental challenges also shape the future of rural Iran. Periodic droughts, changing rainfall patterns, and pressure on water resources have affected agriculture in some regions. Communities increasingly combine traditional knowledge with modern farming techniques to improve efficiency and conserve precious water supplies. Sustainable management of natural resources has become essential for protecting both livelihoods and centuries-old agricultural traditions. Tourism has introduced new opportunities for some villages while encouraging preservation of cultural heritage. Visitors interested in traditional architecture, local cuisine, handicrafts, and natural landscapes increasingly seek authentic experiences beyond Iran's major cities. Carefully managed tourism has helped support local economies, restore historic homes, and encourage younger residents to value the traditions of their communities. Throughout history, Iran's villages have witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the movement of traders along ancient routes, and centuries of cultural exchange connecting East and West. Although political boundaries and governments have changed repeatedly, village life has often remained remarkably stable, sustained by agriculture, family, craftsmanship, and community cooperation. This continuity offers a rare glimpse into traditions that have endured despite the passage of time. As evening approaches, daily activity gradually slows. Shepherds return with their flocks, Children gather with their families. Smoke rises gently from kitchen chimneys, and neighbors share conversations beneath the fading light. The pace is quieter than in modern cities, yet it reflects a lifestyle that continues to value patience, relationships, and respect for nature. Here, time seems measured not by traffic or deadlines, but by seasons, harvests, and generations. The unseen villages of Iran remind us that a nation's true character is often found far from its most famous landmarks. They reveal a society shaped by extraordinary landscapes, ancient engineering, cultural diversity, and enduring traditions of hospitality. Behind every stone house, every orchard, every mountain trail, and every handmade carpet lies the story of families who have adapted to challenging environments while preserving a rich cultural heritage. In these quiet communities, the past and present exist side by side, offering a powerful reminder that history is not only remembered, it is lived every day. To explore hidden village life in Iran is to discover a world where resilience, craftsmanship, faith, family, and nature remain deeply connected, creating a timeless portrait of one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations and revealing a side of Iran that few have ever truly seen.